Hey everyone, and welcome. So, you're about to jump into the Machine Learning Applications and Management course? Well, you've come to the right place. We're going to break down the entire course outline for you, giving you a clear, strategic roadmap so you know exactly what to expect. All right, let's get into it. Right out of the gate, the course syllabus hits you with this powerful stat from McKinsey. Just look at that jump from 55% to 78% in 1 year. What that tells you is that understanding machine learning isn't just a nice-to-have skill anymore. It's absolutely central to how business gets done. So this course isn't just about theory. It's designed to get you ready for the reality of the business world today. So here's our game plan. We'll start with the big why, the challenge this course solves. Then we'll look at your learning blueprint, what you're going to master. We'll walk through the course journey module by module, break down exactly how you'll be created, and then we'll do a deep dive into that all-important capstone project. Okay, first things first. Why this course and why right now? Well, it's all about tackling a huge challenge that pretty much every manager is facing in this age of AI and endless data. This right here is the million-dollar question. Anyone can get a computer to run a model, but the real skill, your job as a manager, is to look at that output and ask, is this a real signal we should bet the company on, or is it just random noise? Developing that critical judgment is really the absolute core of this entire course. Okay, so we get the challenge. Now, let's get really specific about what you'll be able to do when you walk out of this course. This is your learning blueprint, the 4 key skills you are going to master. You can see there's a really smart progression here. You start at step 1, just getting the fundamentals down. Then you immediately start applying them. In step 2, you're using unsupervised learning to find those hidden patterns in data. Step 3, you move to supervised learning to start making predictions. And it all builds up to step 4, where you're not just using models somebody else made, you're actually building your own. It's a really clear path from understanding to creating. Now, what I love about this is how it connects the dots. It takes all that academic speak, the LOS and PLOs, and makes it real. So when you're learning to pull insights from data, what you're really doing is becoming a better problem solver. When you're using models to tackle management challenges, you're becoming a more effective communicator. It shows that every single thing you do in this course is designed to build a real-world skill that companies are desperate for right now. All right, so you know what you're going to master, but what does the actual journey look like week to week? Let's pull up the roadmap and see how the whole thing is structured. The course is broken down into these 4 big chunks. You'll spend the first 6 sessions on unsupervised learning. Think of it as finding natural groups of customers or products that go together. Then you pivot to supervised modeling, where it's all about making predictions. The whole second half of the course then ramps things up, getting into more advanced techniques like support vector machines, and then finishing strong with a deep dive into artificial neural networks. It's a steady climb from the basics to the cutting edge. All right, let's get to the part I know you've been waiting for, the grades. How is all your hard work actually going to be measured? Let's break down the assessments so you can plan your time and effort. This chart really says it all, doesn't it? The Capstone Project is the absolute centerpiece of the course, worth a massive 60% of your final grade. The other 40% is split evenly between 4 other things: an individual assignment, a case analysis, discussion questions, and some LinkedIn certificates. So the big takeaway here is that while everything counts, your success in this course really boils down to that team-based capstone. I think this is really smart. The course has a super clear policy on using AI tools. On the left, you've got the stuff where it's all you, things like quizzes and your final presentation delivery. No AI allowed there. But on the right, you're actually encouraged to use AI as a tool to help you work smarter. Use it to brainstorm for a case study, help with research, or get a first draft of your project report going. It's all about using AI as a co-pilot, not a crutch. Okay, since that capstone is worth a whopping 60%, we're going to spend the rest of our time really digging into it. And you should think of this as more than just an assignment. It's really your signature piece of work for this course, your chance to put everything you've learned into practice. So here's the core idea. You're going to team up and tackle a real live business problem that you get straight from someone working in the industry. This is where theory hits reality. We're not talking about a clean, simple problem from a textbook. This is the messy, complex, but really exciting work of using machine learning in the real world. Now, a project this big could feel a little intimidating, right? But it's broken down into these 5 clear, manageable stages, and each one has a deadline linked to a specific session. This whole process is like a safety net. You get feedback and a formal thumbs up at every single step, from finding the problem all the way to defending your final plan. It's all designed to keep you on track. And the grading for these stages is totally transparent. Here's a little peek at the rubric for stage 2. If you want top marks, your problem has to be focused and grounded in a real industry issue. Your whole team has to chip in during the defense, and you've got to be able to answer questions with confidence. The expectations are laid out right here. It's not a mystery test, it's a roadmap to doing great work. So, the first 20 marks for the capstone come from passing through those stages we just talked about. The final 40 marks are split like this. 30 marks are for your final report and presentation, but, and this is super important, a full 10 marks are based on peer reviews. Your own teammates will rate your contribution, which keeps everyone accountable and is exactly how projects work in the real world. So to wrap up on the capstone, just remember these key things. The industry engagement part is mandatory, and you have to document it. You've got a special AI tutor built just for this course to help you out. Those peer reviews are there to make sure everyone pulls their weight. And maybe most importantly, if you can't get data from your company partner, don't panic. You will not be penalized for that. There's a plan B. And really, this question brings it all home. The entire design of this course, from the way you learn to that real-world capstone project, is built to do one thing: push you past just knowing the definitions. The goal here isn't just for you to understand what machine learning is. It's to give you the skills and the confidence to actually lead with it.